Yo.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Marvin Lattimore.
Louis Francis.
And this is another edition of Welcome to My Hood Film. Hune!
Marv.
Yes, it's another good night.
Yeah. Yeah.
That we have, we're doing our podcast, as you already know. Let's just cut right to the chase. You can tell by the tone of Uni's voice that we were blessed with another delightful hood film. And more of a borderline hood film, but we're going to get into that in a minute. The reason why is because we got to get our guests involved because she's a part of this too. So, long story short, people, you already know how we do if you've been with us for this moment. We appreciate you for sticking around. But if it's your first time, basically, we get somebody who never seen the genre of hood films before, or they're not from the hood, one or the other, and we put them on the hood films. That's all part of our mission. We put people onto the hood one film at a time. So we got another guest willing to take the challenge and join us here tonight. So go ahead and state your name, friend.
Hello, my name is Katie Compa. I'm a stand-up. That's how I know Oni.
Yep.
And I do you want to know about my hood film history?
Yeah, please.
I've seen the main ones, and there is, I don't know if you know this, a Wikipedia list of hood films. There's an article, wikipedia.com/hood films.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well,
That's how I went through, and I was like, which ones have I seen? And then it's not a long list, though. I'm surprised.
There is a list for everything. But yeah, you said it's not a long list?
It's not as long as you would think.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Because now I'm very intrigued.
Yeah.
This was the greatest segue I needed. This is great distraction. Yeah, you're right. There's hood film. There's a list of hood films.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we did an episode about just what is a hood film, basically. But I didn't see the list, though. So that's amazing.
Listen, I guarantee a lot of shit up there not documented.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
They got NO Cheese, NO Choppers.
It's also like, who's really qualified to maintain the list, you know? Like.
Exactly. Did someone put NOE Choppers, the Watch remake on that list?
Actually, worse. The minute I clicked on it, it had it by decade, right?
Right.
And it says Cooley High, which I was like, okay, fair enough. That's a hood film. That is a hood film, right? Mm-hmm. The next one, let's just go straight to the 1980s, because the first one on the list is The Outsiders.
Yeah, bro. You can't trust that shit.
Yeah, that's not a hood film.
I don't know if a black kid made that.
That's like the Lost Boys, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess
I don't know.
Like Be Cool Soda Pop. That's the Outsiders?
I don't know.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't think a black person contributed to that list.
No, I mean, yeah, because the 90s it gets a little better. It has like New Jack City Boys.
That was the golden age.
Yeah.
Even I know
the
that.
90s, yeah. And then like somehow it just keeps going, and then it goes Friday, New Jersey Drive, Set It Off.
The movie's so bad, he's trying to avoid talking about it.
Faking the Funk.
That's what's going on.
I'm about it. No. I'm really just like intrigued by this because right after I say all of that,
how bad a movie is.
American History X.
Okay. Yeah.
So it tried. I'll give you that, Wikipedia. Whoever made this up tried, but yeah.
I think it's collaborative.
It is. Somebody wrote in there, this feels like a hood film to me.
Nah, they trolling, bro. That's why you can't respect
Edward
it.
Furlong.
Yeah.
It's a troll list.
Like, you know what was hood? When he got curb stomped. Yes, so anyway, we didn't mean to delay the inevitable, but let's go ahead and get into it. So what I did not stop it. What movie did we watch?
Tonight we watched Juwanna Mann.
We watched Juwanna Mann.
Released in 2002.
Yes, released in 2002.
Starring Miguel Nunez Jr.?
Yeah.
Jr.
Yeah, you're right.
And Vivica A. Fox.
Yeah.
And several other people.
Katie's very professional for how bad this movie is.
No, I respect that. What's worse is that it's not on this list.
Well, yeah, true, yeah.
It's a little too... It's just bad Hollywood. It's just bad.
It's very bad.
Yeah, it's the type of bad that makes you like appreciate your life.
And there's it's like inspiring.
Yeah.
We're like, should we write a screenplay tonight? Like, should we write a movie? Apparently it's not that difficult.
You know what? I've had too good. The movie's been too good this year. One of the days was fire. Thunderbolts was surprisingly fire. Sinners was fire. I saw that. Like, oh, this is fire. Like, you know what? It isn't that easy.
This is decent. Yeah.
It isn't that easy. You can't take it for granted.
Yeah.
Because you should get shit like this.
And did we find out what the budget was?
I'm glad you asked. One of our.
I already looked it up.
And we have so much more to go, right?
And I'm happy for the number. Say the number. I'm gonna tell you why I'm happy about it.
For the number for this movie?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant for Thunderbolts.
I want to know what it cost and what it made.
No, not that.
So one of the things we do like to do on this podcast is we do like to look up the box office numbers and the gross and stuff and the budget. So I'm glad you asked. The budget was $15,600,000 estimated, right?
Insane.
Now, if you go by the gross worldwide, it ended up making $13,802,599.
But it only released in the States, technically.
Yeah, it says gross U.S. and Canada.
But still, it's bad. It ain't made no money.
So I think it looks like the farthest it went internationally was Canada.
Yeah, that makes sense. Right next door.
I mean, missed it by like $2 million. Missed the budget by $2 million.
Bro, the theater got to get some of that money.
No, you're not wrong.
So
I'm just saying,
right.
that.
I don't even think they might have made their money back on cable, because I'm real with you. Every time it came on TV, I changed the goddamn channel. I watch it for 5 minutes. Like, yeah, this is
No,
wild.
yeah, it doesn't take
I don't know
long
if
to
they
be
made
like,
money off
oh,
of that.
no.
Yeah.
This is my first time in my
This
life.
podcast is probably the first time anybody's watched it all the way
It's the
through.
first time I watched it through. That's why I kept delaying it. He kept bringing it up, like, yo, you gotta do it this time. Let's do anything else.
You know what's crazy? It's opening weekend. It made $5 million.
So people.
And then everybody told everybody else.
Yeah,
Everybody told everybody else. I thought this
Not
was
like Sinners, where people told everybody else and everybody
no,
went.
I thought this was a WNBA movie. What the fuck? That's probably what happened. They saw WNBA players and was like, oh, snap.
Listen, the trailer should have told you better, bro. Well, how old was I in 2002? No, I was old enough to know better.
We was adults.
I was definitely old enough to know better.
We was adults.
You know what? I was
young
so
adults.
whack.
I remember it coming out, like, I definitely, when you said it, I was like, oh yeah, Juwanna Mann. I remember that. And I remembered, like, the basic premise that it was about, Mrs. Doubtfire basketball.
Oh, we on our second Blade by this point?
No, I think.
Is it Blade 99?
You're right. No, Blade was 98, but you're right. They should have been close to the second one, because I think Trinity was 2003.
Oh, wow.
I think.
Wow.
Inexcusable, Juwanna Mann.
Well, let me get that for you real quick while y'all talking.
They done did 2 Blade movies,
Trinity,
and both of them joints is fire.
Trinity was 04.
Oh, be wildin'.
So Blade 2. No, I mean, that's still 2 years,
Yeah.
That's still not that bad. Blade 2, 2002.
Okay.
So same inexcusable.
Inexcusable. Yeah, you're right. In a year. What else was hot? Wasn't it one of the Lord of the Rings also?
I don't think. That would be tough.
I think so.
Came out
I
same year, Lord
I
of the
forgot to look that list up.
I mean, it was right after 9/11,
Damn.
so we definitely came back, like, hitting the fantasy genre,
Damn,
I think.
old. It is that old. It feel like just yesterday
We're
I
like,
seen
the
it
world's
too.
an amazing place. Unicorns,
I didn't say
trolls.
that.
Like, that's the fantasy. That's the
cinema's
fantasy.
an amazing place. Like, this movie's an amazing
I was
place.
just laughing because you was like, it was right after 9/11.
Yeah.
And then my first thought is like, yo, like a year later, they're just like, yeah, this will do.
I mean,
It's like a year later.
They probably
everybody's
were, that's probably when it got greenlit.
like, yeah, yo.
yeah, Lord of the Rings 1 was 2001. Yeah,
Wow.
You cooked.
They greenlit it by
It
accident.
came out the same year as Two Towers. This should have been direct to DVD. You shouldn't even waste your time. Blade 2
I'm really like, there are people in it, because I'm like, Vivica Fox, this was like the top of her career.
Yeah.
She could have done anything she wanted. Why was she doing this?
She was a big deal at the time.
Maybe she needed a check. Listen,
I
she's good now.
hope a lot of that $15 million budget went into her bank account.
Listen,
Just
you
for
know
Lily's
what?
sake.
She acted her little heart out.
Yeah, she really did sell it.
Just for Lily's sake, this did come out a few months after Blade 2. Yeah, it did. It came out a few months after Blade 2. And also, just for everybody else's sake, a nice fun fact: in Germany and Austria, same thing. In Germany, this movie was.
Don't tell them you said that.
I know, right? It's like, close it up. Sorry. I hope we don't lose any fans out there. This movie was called Mr. Sister.
Mr. Sister.
Ein Drag Queen in der Liga.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things is foreign movie posters.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what Home Alone is called in France?
What is
Talk
it?
to me.
Mom, I missed the plane.
Nah.
It's
not bad.
It's victim blaming.
It's victim blaming.
They left him at home.
Yeah.
He
was
didn't
like,
miss the
I
plane.
missed the
Yeah,
plane.
that's fair.
He
You're
took
right,
full
you're right,
accountability
Yeah.
for something they did. Yo, that's what.
Listen, this was like, to be fair, this was an accountable kid. He was beating these guys
I missed
up.
the plane.
Yeah, that's tough.
So that means the second one was called Mom, I Missed the Plane again.
Yeah,
And
what was
Yeah, I
going
think
on
so.
in New
I think
York?
so.
I definitely didn't miss the plane this time.
Yeah. I was on the plane.
This one is definitely on y'all.
I need that remake. Mom, I Missed the Plane again,
Yeah.
and I met a guy who became president.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know, you forget that. When you realize that cameo, you're just like, fuck me.
Yeah.
This is
I
more
was
bad
happy.
things comparing to bad things.
It's crazy
but
in that time. You were like, oh, shoot.
I saw him, like,
I didn't know who that was at that time.
No, I like vaguely did, but I was
Yeah.
like, he's not relevant to my life.
Not at all. Oh,
I saw him it might have been 2002. I went to the Today Show, and he was the guest, and it was like we knew, like, my boss was friends with somebody who was on the news team, so we got like a back. So it was like we made eye contact, and I'm like, damn.
You were Home Alone too?
No.
Oh.
Like at the Today Show, he was like talking about The Apprentice. I think it was like right when The Apprentice was going.
Oh god.
And he had a big hole in the crotch of his pants.
Oh.
And he definitely gave me the up and down. And it's definitely, when people are like, what would you do if you had a time machine? I'm like, that's what I would do.
That's what I would do.
I would go back to the morning I went to the Today Show and be like, here is a gun. I was just kidding. That was a joke.
No, you good here. We'll let that rock.
I'm gonna have to do it to
somebody else would be like, whoa.
I hate that I do it to Katie, but the views and expressions of our guests is not necessarily reflect that.
That's fair. That's fair. My address is no.
I hate to do it to you. It's okay. So, the people watching this, I'm pretty sure they don't care. Just in case, gotta throw it out.
Don't rat me out, okay?
Yeah, I'm not.
I didn't realize I actually wasn't an adult when this movie came out. I was like,
not for Joel.
I was 17. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was close.
That's still old enough to know better.
Yeah.
But
in movies, that's adult. Like you get your.
You know that shit was trash.
Choosing the hits.
I just want to further anger Uni with some of the other.
Oh, I'm not angry. I wanted to bomb. Good.
Oh no, I got that part.
Yeah.
But I wanted to also throw out some other notable movies that came out in 2002.
Okay.
I found it for you. So there was actually another superhero movie that came out about a month before it.
That's Superman Returns?
No, it was actually Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man.
Oh, wow.
The first one.
Yeah, you were cooked, bro.
Triple X1.
Oh, no.
The
so bad for you, bro.
James Bond and Die Another Day. We also had...
Heat.
Yeah, I just had some... Oh, here we go. That's why. 28 Days Later. Catch Me If You Can. Bless you.
Yeah, no
problem.
those are getting sequels. That's
Bowling for Columbine.
Yeah.
Mr. Deeds.
Yeah.
And there was another one that was kind of, when I was scrolling, I was like, oh shit, this came out during the same time? Oh, no. The rest was actually Kung Pao, that cool, funny parody karate movie. A lot of fire. Now, let's just go to some of the notable hood films real quick, because this was actually a pretty good year for hood films. It was Paper Soldiers, Empire, Shotters. No, we are, but this is how we feel in the time. 8 Mile. What? What do we...
I got you, bro.
Does 8 Mile qualify? That was like a huge studio film.
It was a mainstream hood film.
The
because
point
it was about his life in the hood.
The point is, this should have been direct to DVD.
Shotters too.
Yeah. That was direct to DVD, but that's pretty
But they knew better.
They knew better.
That's the difference.
You already bet out by default.
Paid in Full, Shotters,
yeah,
all
they
of
knew
those.
better.
So that was an interesting year for hood films.
Paid in Full is way better than this.
Oh, 100%. But since let's get down to business for my guy.
And that had Cameron.
What was this movie about to you from what you saw?
Oh, it was.
You can feel free to
I think I said already, Mrs. Doubtfire, but basketball.
Okay, I love it.
And not about getting your family back at all. About, and it's so the premise is so insane because it's if you were making NBA money, you're not going to save your house and all of your furs by getting WNBA money. They still aren't paying WNBA players.
That's such a good point because you're so right.
Such a good point.
No, you're 100% right. In 2025, they're still fighting to get the right money that they deserve. And my man's first thought was, the best way I can get in here is if I go there.
That's maybe you could get health insurance, but you're not getting house money.
God help me. I'm going to defend the movie. To be fair.
Okay.
I think it was more about he just wanted to play pro ball. The money was just a flaw.
Yeah, but I mean, I was glad that they were okay, what about Europe?
Yeah.
But it's but what about Europe?
Yeah. But Europe, they brought up Europe and they said you can't go there, dude, because he showed his dingaling.
But Russia,
the world.
They take him in Russia,
You're not trying to go to Russia as a
okay.
person. I'm not.
That was during the.
But they said no one wanted
capitalist Russia. Yeah.
Yeah, they said not even Russia wants you, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, you showed your dingaling, bro.
That was so unhinged.
Yeah.
And it's just he did all this crazy shit in the movie, and it's just wow, he's at home embarrassed under the, feeling bad about it. And it's you would be in court. You would be arrested.
This shouldn't even be a movie.
They would take you away in handcuffs with your dingling out.
You can't play anything. You can't be around children.
Yeah.
He actually would have.
You gotta leave the country.
He would have got banned, and it would have.
And the religious right would have gone insane. Yeah. This was after 9/11. This was Iraq War.
You gotta go Antarctica.
They wouldn't have appealed it in that quick of time. Because it was only it felt maybe close to a year or something like that. So they wouldn't have appealed it that fast. Because usually during the NBA season, the WNBA season usually starts after it starts in the middle of the NBA playoffs, which I don't think he was in. So unless I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, he shouldn't have got the... Yeah, but it's a movie, you know.
He's a dumbass. He got a Humvee limo, which is just a waste of time. You can't maneuver
and
that
gas,
shit.
yeah.
Gas, I don't think it's legally made anymore. You got to stand instead of a goddamn just writing people's signatures, which is a waste of money.
But I mean, like, remember autographs?
Yeah.
Those are the days. You wanted them so bad.
Yeah.
You were just so hyped when somebody signed your shit.
And now it's like, I want a selfie.
Like, yeah, now you want a selfie. That's the new wave. It's like, now it's like, yo, if you ain't get a selfie, then nobody believes your story. I met this one. Yeah, prove it. Oh, shit. I had an autograph. That could be anybody's autograph. But back in the day, it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, you got an autograph? That's crazy. So, yeah, this was basically, as you folks...
You can get an autograph now. It gotta be on some shit.
Yeah.
Like a picture of them. Or something. It can't be like on a napkin. That no one cares about that.
Because people still do go and get autographs, but some people frame it and some people just flip it. But yeah, so basically, as y'all already heard, dude crashed out over a simple foul call because he believed that he was the team. Got butt ass naked, started showing his meat. Coach just stood there like, yeah, I can't wait till he gets off my team. They banned him from the league. And he got this insane idea from watching a little girl play basketball that he should be a WNBA person.
But that was after he got sexually harassed at his aunt's bridge club.
Right, and that was after he got sexually harassed at his aunt's bridge club. You're right.
And then he had to go grocery shopping, and that was the final straw.
Right, that was when you realized he was rock bottom for a moment.
And I was like, that's such a wasted opportunity. Like, you sent him to the grocery store, and nobody, like, hassled him at the grocery. Like, that wasn't one of the deleted scenes. Show me him going to the grocery store and fans getting mad at him.
Yeah.
No, they wanted to have the little little girl who could play basketball.
Yeah, and on the other hand, don't make the movie longer. So
right. No, I get what you were saying. Both should have happened. Like, he should have been in the grocery store getting accosted, and then it should have ended with him like trying, because I did laugh. That was a good bait and switch because they wanted you to think he had a love for the game that he was going to miss.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Little girl.
I'm a scammer.
Yeah. She was just like, I know who that is. Yo, can I get your autograph? My man was like, yeah. Was your stamp. Oh! The little girl was roasting him. And then proceeded to beat the brakes off of all of these boys in basketball, which was fine with me. Because none of them boys looked like they had any skills. She was cooking them.
They knew.
But this was the point where, like, remember I was like, oh, I'll just have water. Maybe I'll have a beer when we start recording. But that was the scene where I was like, I'll take that beer now.
You felt it was going downhill? Yeah, I knew.
She was like, I will not
wait oh, here we go.
any longer. I need that beer.
You're like, isn't that bad? Why have a 10% Rotten Tomato?
Right now.
24% on Metacritic.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's bad.
Yes, and thus ensued the Black Mrs. Doubtfire. Now, folks, this is not our first foray into Black Mrs. Doubtfire. We've also
worse than
many
Heartbreak.
movies.
What are the other ones?
It was Big Mama's House.
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, that Bridge Club. I was like, this is really giving Big Mama's House.
Yeah, Big Mama's House. I can't think of another one. I know Big Mama's House was definitely one of the most popular ones around that same time too.
This is better than that.
We had a trilogy.
The Eddie Murphy one.
This is better than that. I mean, that's better than this.
Yeah.
Well, Nutty Professor wasn't him doing it in disguise. It was him actually playing the character. So that's more excusable. It's like, you were doing this for fun and laughs. But
it was like action. It was like action Nutty Professor, but like with drag, kind of in a way.
What do you mean, this movie?
No, Big Mama's House.
Yeah, he was disguising himself as that person. Oh, and white chicks. So those were like the Mrs. Doubtfire for black people.
That's better.
And that one was actually a really
good.
That one is better than this. This is like the worst one.
The first Big Mama's House was cool too. Yeah. After that, I was just like, all right,
you can stop, man.
Yeah, we could just stop. Yeah. Anyway, so also there were actual cameos from actual basketball players and WNBA basketball players. Yeah. It was Rasheed Wallace, Teresa Witherspoon, Muggsy Bogues, Dikembe Mutombo.
I thought I was hallucinating Dikembe Mutombo because I think he kind of like caught on to the movie. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Like, he was just there. Yeah. And he was like, oh, I thought we was doing something.
Yeah, God rest his soul.
But he
was tell him about the filming. Like, don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it.
They called him for a regular pickup game, and he was like, what? Why are there all these cameras? It's televised? Hold on. I didn't sign up for this. And he was like, we'll pay you X amount. All right, maybe 5 minutes. But no.
Did Charlotte have an NBA team at the time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So did they move is the better question, because it was the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, I think they were established in Charlotte and then they moved to New Orleans.
Yeah,
yes. So at the time, I think they had changed their names to the Bobcats.
Oh,
by that time. I remember when I went to college, they were the Bobcats, and they were terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And then they moved the team to New Orleans, and then they moved the team back. Well, no, New Orleans stayed just their own thing, and then the Charlotte Hornets became the Hornets again. Charlotte did have a WNBA team known as the Sting, and then they dissolved the team.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, the team just wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if they moved them somewhere, but they're definitely gone. Which sucked because now, years later, they brought back 2 new teams, but none of them is Charlotte.
Damn. Who the 2 new teams?
It's Golden State Valkyries and the Toronto Tempo.
Oh, yeah.
The WNBA. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
they did bring back 2 teams, but neither of them is Charlotte's thing. Anyway, so have you've watched like WNBA games?
I've been to one. Yep.
You've been to one? Oh,
Yep.
okay, bad. Who's your favorite team?
The Liberty. Importantly, have you been to a Liberty game?
I have
Yes.
actually.
Okay, the mascot, Ellie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, it's mind blowing. It's like you know they're playing and you're like yay, and then like they have a timeout and you're like, is Ellie here? And then you're like, okay, Ellie, they're playing again. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Like she's that good.
Stops dancing. Everybody's like, yeah. About that bathroom. Yo, you want to?
Oh my God, like if you missed the Ellie halftime show, you're stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the Garden when they were in the Garden, and when years later at the Barclays. But the Barclays is this renaissance that she's on.
Yeah.
Like, she's the Beyonce of mascots.
Oh my God,
It's
she's
crazy.
incredible.
It's
There's
true.
no other mascot is coming anywhere near her. She's
that's a
just
fact.
incredible.
You're right. She might be the one.
I
of the
think
best
she is the best
overall.
in the genre. Yes.
Yeah. Probably.
Ever.
I think in sports in general, you could argue. I'm dead ass. Like, if she takes over their Instagrams and all of that, and is a fucking just.
And it's like she doesn't talk, but she might as well talk. You know.
No words.
Like
just no words. Just dancing.
they do interviews with her where she doesn't talk.
That's crazy.
So this was the perfect time for them to win the chip because that just like elevated her.
Yeah, I went to the parade.
Yeah?
It was fun. Yeah.
Was she there?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
She was like having a wardrobe malfunction when they went by. But it was before she was like going around like, you know, they have the barricades up. She was like doing tricks on the barricades. Like
they already poured the champagne in.
Yeah, I was so sad that she was like on the float. Somebody was like fixing something when she went by. But
so there you go.
It was still fun.
So this movie did have like actually nice all-star cast.
Yeah.
Right,
Kevin
Pollak.
Sadly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, it's sad. Kevin Pollak. I'm like, this dude's a legend.
And I'm really like, did you read the script? Like, what was going on in Hollywood that you didn't have something else to do? Like,
maybe someone got a mortgage to pay. We don't know.
Yeah,
we don't
he
know.
had to take it. It was something going on. One of his kids was probably like, yo. He probably looked at his wife, and his wife was like, I know you ain't signing for this dumbass movie. He was like, yo, daddy gotta get diapers, baby. Come on now.
Yeah.
But there's some real respectable people in this cast.
Yes.
So
Jennifer
crazy.
Lewis.
oh my God. Yeah. What's her autobiography is called The Mother of Black Hollywood. And I'm like, are you counting this? Like, can we talk?
It's, even the mother gotta pay a bill.
These are the roles that they gotta unfortunately shoot for.
She was good. I mean, she she genuinely was good.
Mother figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking, I was like, why couldn't she just be his mom? Why?
Yeah, I know.
Be the aunt?
And like, what they never explained what happened to his mom.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's a compromise. Like, I can't be the mom.
Maybe.
She's like, this is.
That's
Maybe it was just like she wasn't married and they didn't want to explain what happened to it, but
It's
still
too
like.
immoral. It's too immoral. I can't be the mom.
Yeah.
She's like, this script is so bad, I can't be the mom. I'll be the aunt.
I'd rather be the aunt.
Yeah, I'd rather be the aunt. Let's talk and be like, hey, listen, it ain't my fault.
It ain't my fault. Who else we had? Tommy
Did I do
Davidson,
that?
Kim Wayans, Jennifer Lewis, and a real brief, probably like 10 minutes or so, maybe 5-10 minutes, appearance by Little Kim.
Little kid,
Yeah.
maybe 3 total.
Definitely longer than the You Got Served.
She had
Kim.
lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you guys. I've seen you got served a lot of
There
times.
you go. There you go.
No, she had one of the best lines.
And what was that?
At the end when she was leaving her stuff. When he was getting all the stuff evicted from the stuff, and Little Kim was like, I only stayed with you because of the money and you don't got the money.
Because you were rich and famous.
Yeah.
And now you're not.
And now you're just a dirtbag.
Yeah.
So I can't be with a poor dirtbag, which is fair.
I can't be with a
But
poor
it was
dirt
really
bag.
like he was so awful. There was just like it wasn't even like he was doing it behind her back at all. You know. I was like, she's like, you're lying and cheating, and I was like, I don't think he was lying. Like I think he was right out in the open about it.
Yeah, no, he was definitely a piece of No, everyone is just trash.
Yeah.
So-
It just is like I don't even want to say it's like film school quality. It's like first draft. You know, like
Yeah.
this is really the script. Like this is really who they.
Yeah,
this
the script is bad.
This is supposed to be a person.
So
listen, it's a stupid world. I'm assuming
yeah. It's stupid world is like a refrain for this movie for sure.
I think I found out why Kevin Pollak agreed to star this.
Why, man? You laughing
according to IMDb.
Nah, I'm curious.
Kevin Pollak has said that when he signed on to do the film,
oh no,
he was told Will Smith was set to be the lead role.
Oh my God.
Yo, they be lying to people out here, so they still do it. That's how they got mad at
How ironic that his agent probably lied to him about that.
Oh yeah. That's how they got mad at Web Homegirl, poor girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that was bad.
Oh shit.
She said she fired her management over that, right? Yeah.
He walked on the set and was like, "Yo,
you got to.
Is that Will Smith's stuntman? No, that's not Will Smith.
Yeah, that person lost a job.
That's Miguel Nunez. That's the guy from Sparks. Yeah, that's him.
Yo, you're not even close to Will Smith. You can even get so many levels. You can get Martin Lawrence. You can get nobody like that.
You told me he was a guy who was in the show with Uncle Phil. He was in the show with Uncle Phil. Sparks. Remember? Like, no, I gotta go. Nope, too late. You signed on, my fam. You signed the paper already. Let's go. Well, yo, we shooting at 5. Damn, they told my man.
Now, sign the contract.
My man went home. Tell him, hype, yo, Will Smith, babe. Will Smith, you know this, the Fresh Prince, Men in Black, Independence Day. He got to set. He's like, Sparks? All right, forget it. No disrespect to Miguel Nunez. This is DJ we talk about, y'all.
Yeah, no. He has some good roles.
I'm gonna give a little minor disrespect to Miguel Nunez over this.
DJ.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I forgot he was DJ. I just said that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kate.
No, I don't think. No, I think that was all I was gonna say. Aunt Ruby's like, remember when you traded your little cousin for sneakers?
Yo,
you did what?
No, she said it so casual.
How has this man never been to jail?
Yeah, she said it so casual.
I think this is just a slow. He's just a slow dude.
I think it also everyone is dumb. Like this whole entire planet Earth in this movie is made up of
if
like.
If it was one human being that was smart, and none of this would be happening.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Yeah. So yeah, folks, as you can see, this is already a train wreck. We didn't really get into the meat of the story. We still at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because the premise is just a bad premise.
It's just a bad premise. It don't matter really what happened in between the movie per se.
Really.
But it is like we're I think at the point where he shows up to practice dressed as a woman.
Dressed as a woman. Yes.
And so he's already called Kevin Pollak to be like, I have this idea, and Kevin Pollak is at practice too. But it's like. Just walks in. Mm-hmm. Kevin Pollak doesn't recognize him, even though that's his longtime client, and he doesn't look that different. It's like a wig and some. It's no prosthetics. It's not like Miss Doubtfire went through a full.
You can't be like, damn, did Jamal have a sister? I didn't know about?
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
You're right. Go ahead. Yeah, full bodysuit.
Yeah, but and then it's like nobody. They're just like, join the team. Like they didn't have to get a physical before joining the team. There's no way. There's no way that you wouldn't have to get a physical before joining the team.
There should have been a physical. My man did a pickup game in practice.
Yeah. They were like, welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team. It's good enough.
And definitely you are not a man.
He took these women to a championship, y'all. This is not a game.
Yeah.
He took these women to the chip, and they won without him, but he took them to the chip, and they came and gave him a ring. And at the end of the movie, folks, we need you to understand, this man committed something very heinous in both sports. He showed his penis to a group of people in an NBA game, then disguised himself as a woman, including children. Mm-hmm. Women and children were all there like, oh my God. And then he disguised himself as a woman to enter as a ringer in a WNBA game.
It's not a WNBA in this movie because they want to allow it.
WUBA.
Yeah, WUBA.
That was weird.
No team except for the Clippers associated with the movie. And I'm sorry, Clippers, you ain't gonna do shit about it.
You ain't gonna do shit about it. Yeah.
You can't.
They're like, the guy that's mad at us, he's banned from the league too.
Yeah.
So this is the perfect movie for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was like he did all of that. He ended up becoming the first male to win a NBA championship. And then got reinstated into the league.
And just think about that in the context of today and trans people playing sports.
Yeah.
Like a man winning in the WNBA, it just, no. There would be people on your lawn with pitchforks and torches.
Yeah.
They would be trying to murder you.
Yeah.
And there would be like congressional hearings. It's just like insane to be like, ha ha ha. Anyway, here's your ring.
That's what makes it so sad when you really think about it. And
Yeah.
this is the reason why we do this podcast, because we've done it with other movies where we've been like, yo, we do black sci-fi movies and we can't even catch a break in those. Mm-hmm. And now you have a movie where
it's getting better.
You see, well, yeah, now, but at that
like
time,
now,
yeah, now,
like I'm 45.
Yeah, right here with you, sister. I'm 40. So and you look back at that time, and it was like 10 years before that, 9 years before that, you had Mrs. Doubtfire, a man who was dressed up as a woman, disguised himself as a nanny, a foreign nanny. Why? Because he was willing to do anything to see his kids, anything to be close to his family. That warms your heart. 9 years later, black people was like, I got a better idea. You're going to have a man dressed up as a woman. But why? For the love of his family? Family? Fuck no.
For that sweet, sweet Charlotte Banshee's salary.
Sweet Charlotte Banshee's salary.
$15K a year.
That's why.
Folks, he wasn't even in a major market.
That's why I bombed.
He wasn't even playing for a major market team. He played for the New York something, the LA something, the Chicago something.
It would have been too offensive to shoot there.
It would have been too offensive to shoot there. My man was like, give me a minor market.
Yeah.
How minor are we talking? Oh, I'm sure y'all find the one. No disrespect to Charlotte. I'm just saying. Charlotte is the major city out in North Carolina. But I'm just saying, it was just like, he didn't do it to, this movie did not warm nobody's hearts.
No, they tried to at the very end, but I was like, it's already passed too late, bro.
That's when he starts showing like glimmers of becoming like an actual human being.
Yeah.
With empathy and thoughts and feelings. And before that, it's like he's trading his cousin for sneakers.
Yes. And why did he get this empathy? Because one, he accidentally passed the ball, which is what people were wanting to do.
Yeah, it was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
It slipped.
And then he found a joy of passing.
Like,
it was crazy.
You could have just tried it, you know? Like, it didn't have to be a mistake.
Yeah. And then two, he fell in love with a woman that he felt bad about, that was getting cheated on, and then was mad at the guy who was cheating on her.
The guy's genuine, by the way, but they call him Romeo.
They called him Romeo.
Genuine should not have been in this. Or he should have showed up as Genuine and then let him be about it.
Yeah, we didn't need a role.
No,
Genuine.
Bro, you remember in the 2000s, all these singers was trying to get it.
Yeah.
They was trying to get a role in something.
Who else is doing that?
Aaliyah, Queen of the Dam, DMX, Ja Rule, I think.
She was good in Queen of the Dam. I'm sorry, she was.
Hey, listen, she's good though. This guy.
Well, it wasn't about good or bad. He was just like, who else did it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Was Ludacris acting by then? Because he's still doing it.
Oh yeah, Too Fast, Too Furious.
I said singers to be fair.
Okay, so I got you. So I said Aaliyah.
Fair enough,
Aaliyah. Ashanti did stuff a little later. Yeah, there was people.
I mean, it is like when you're in entertainment, you gotta like.
Yeah. What the hell was Ashanti?
Stay in front of people.
Her shit came later. I know there was a movie called, I think it was John Tucker Must Die, something like that.
Oh yeah.
That came a little later in her career. Yeah.
I mean, that's not the best credit. When we're like, oh right.
As a 27-year-old.
Resident Evil 2 and 3.
What the fuck was that?
No, really?
It was Ashanti. Yeah. She died in the third one. It was a dumb way to die. But she died in the third one, yeah. Aaliyah
was also supposed to be in The Matrix too, but she died.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I avoided them Resident Evil movies like I played.
Fair enough.
Completely forgot that.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
that was
association.
The second one was where she first showed up, and I remember I saw it in theaters. Everybody in the crowd was like, "What the fuck?" They was like, "I'm not even worried about the zombies. Why the fuck is she in this shit?" And then in the third one, she died mad weird, and then Mike Epps showed up in the second one. And people was like, "What the fuck?" Do you think it's comedic?
That makes a little more sense.
Yeah, but it was like, why is he comedic relief?
But
this shit's trash. Y'all did that to yourselves. Good for y'all. Anyone you talking about, you deserve it. I'm glad you waste your money. Why you watch that first bullshit? Wasn't even trying to be like the real thing. Like, nah, it's okay, Uni. You said Resident Evil. If I don't support it, they won't make more. Good. They still haven't gotten it right.
You said Resident Evil.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
What's the worst that could happen?
I never gave him any of my money.
What's the worst?
Yeah, that's what you get. I'm glad Ashanti's in
I was just
now.
laughing because he's.
I almost want to watch Out of Spite now.
I never heard nobody say that. It said Resident Evil.
Yeah, niggas say this shit, but now when he says Resident Evil, I'm a fan. You're an idiot. That's what you are.
What'd you expect when you walked out? When he stayed outside the movie theater, it's like, I told you, dumbass.
Yeah.
Give me my money.
Yeah, no, don't give him his money. And it's not a lesson because they made 7 more, so now nobody learned anything.
And a reboot. Oh, Lord.
No, that really bombed. They learned their lesson.
That just happened, right? Was it last year?
Yeah, it was a couple years ago. It started off like, oh, okay, and then it just fucking beeline.
Which, like, how hard is it to write a Resident Evil? Like, I know movies are not easy, but Resident
Really hard.
That's a video game.
I was about to say,
Like,
clearly, there's somebody in another studio that was like, I'm not gonna make that The Last of Us.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, let me make something better than
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's probably what everybody says to everybody. Yo, I need you to make this game. Fallout? How good you want it?
Better than those
Please don't do that,
shit
man.
over there. Don't do what the fuck they did over
Because
there.
they're not jockeying no
They're not,
more.
yeah.
It costs them
Make
too
it
much
better
money.
than this. One season later, thank you.
Yeah, the days of you putting out 8 of those days are done.
Done.
People don't got the money like that.
You be lucky you get a second one.
Yup. You better.
Who is some of your favorite characters in this movie? If you could
Find one.
Yeah.
Feel
yeah.
free.
Oh, wow.
anyone
I
who
do
didn't
got one.
speak.
anyone who didn't speak.
I think most of them, it was like the real basketball players
Okay.
who had
Yeah.
speaking roles.
Okay.
They were only like, they had like each, 3
She's
lines.
talking about cameos. That's how bad this movie is.
No.
You gotta get down to the cameos.
You're right. There was Rasheed Wallace.
favorite
No, I mean the
characters.
women's
And
basketball. The
Vlade
ones who were on the
Okay.
team.
Yeah.
The teammates. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you
Yeah.
meant like the
No.
actual. Oh, okay.
Actual. I mean actual
Yeah.
players. I just
Okay,
mean
yeah.
women.
Fair enough. Yeah, it was Kim Wayans and.
Well,
Yeah.
she's not who I meant.
I know, right?
But,
Oh, my bad.
but Kim Wayans, I think she's so funny, and it's really
Yeah, she
like
is
this
funny.
is one of the least funny things I've ever seen her in.
Yeah.
But, like, she's naturally just so funny.
Yeah, she is. That's
But
true.
I don't know.
The dialogue everyone gets is not great.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a couple lines that are okay, but it's mostly like, the hell are you saying, bro?
And I don't know. It's just like on game day. Okay, so when Juwanna Mann's there, she's playing for the team. Now her eye makeup looked really good. Okay, I didn't say anything while we were watching, but the eye makeup was on point. But it's like if you're playing a game where you sweat all over the place, like what kind of like spray paint does she have on that it's not coming off on the towel? Like there are just plot
Listen.
points that are missing from this. And then like she has a dick. Like those are basketball shorts. You can see a dick in basketball shorts from like miles away, and we never saw it. So I'm like, was it tucked?
Yeah, they've
Like-
been tucked.
If
Or
it wasn't,
small.
it should have been. Honestly, it would have been
Yeah.
more prudent.
You're right. The sign should have came a lot earlier. By the first game, definitely.
Yeah.
Probably by the
there would have been
practice.
some kind of issue.
Yeah.
The goddamn
Like,
agent
what was
didn't
that?
recognize him.
I don't think he did any post moves.
No.
That was probably the smartest
Yeah.
shit he did the whole movie. He ain't do no post moves. He ain't post up. Yeah, he ain't do none of that shit. He knew better. Because once they grind up on him on the post,
Yeah.
that would have been game over. The player would have been like, yo, what the?
Yo, hold on,
Yeah,
Raph.
right.
Yo, hold on. Check
They
this-
already
check this
were
person.
very, very tolerant.
Yeah, they were very
Like-
tolerant. He ain't
Just to
fouled
speak for
nobody.
all.
Yeah.
Nah, this was an interesting kind of concept. I will give him that.
And then,
I hated the character, but he was the smartest motherfucker on the court.
well, there were choices. There were choices made. But then one of the star players tears her ACL. Did you know that ACL tears are 5 to 6 times more common in women?
I
than
did
in
not
men?
know that.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
I'm like, we cannot be playing basketball, you guys. Like, we have to be safe, okay?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so then Juwanna Mann's called up. And okay, here's another thing that bothered me. She got to practice and she's ready to like do this character and she had not thought of a name. She hadn't thought of a name. Like you gotta like really you're working with Aunt Ruby. You gotta make up a backstory.
Yeah.
You have to like go in there with a fully developed character. You
Yeah.
can't just be like, we want to Juwanna
Aunt
Mann, yeah, that's
Aunt
funny.
Ruby didn't help him out. She didn't help him that much.
No.
in this one.
She wasn't really. I don't really.
It's
think
not
she
like
was
Isaac
talking about
Mizrahi,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
created the prosthetics for Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
It really made that shit happen.
This is just
Yeah.
a lady who was like, he was already sneaking in
Like,
my
you want to
closet.
borrow my bra? Okay.
Go ahead. I don't care.
Here's some 2 big boobs.
Yeah. She,
Well,
her mo-
like-
she probably want him out the house, honestly.
Yeah.
I think she also thought in her mind like, this shit ain't gonna work. He'll be right back here in a minute. It's
Or
fine.
in prison.
or in prison. Either way.
But somehow
he's
in
out
this
my damn
world.
house.
Yeah.
Anything? I see. Yeah, because you got a good amount of notes there. I like that.
Yeah, but it's definitely like ADHD, where I'm like, a lot of shit happened between these things.
Listen, it's a lot of crap that happens in this movie.
Yeah.
Not a lot of it good.
Yeah.
And so, listen.
So the coach makes Juwanna and Michelle, who is Vivica Fox's character,
Yep.
play together because they're not getting along. And Vivica calls Juwanna a ball hog, and then the coach is like, what are you talking about, ball hog? So they have to play one-on-one, and Juwanna just, like, smokes Michelle,
Smokes him.
which is like, I don't know if we needed that. Like,
Smokes
couldn't
her.
Michelle show her a little something, too?
Smoked
Like,
this chick so bad, made her have a pep talk about how she should pass the ball.
yeah. And then that's how she ends up accidentally passing the ball to Michelle.
That's what made me laugh, because I was like, yo, she had a pep talk, like, yo, you should at least pass the ball.
Yeah.
And Juwanna Mann went to the first game like, I ain't passing shit.
Mm-hmm. I am the team.
I am the team. I just smoked you. You the best player on the team. Yeah. And then accidentally goes, oh shit, turned a turnover into an assist. Mm-hmm. I said, nah.
And it's like, anybody who's that egotistical cares about triple doubles. So you're going to have to send somebody on an assist. Like, it's,
you would think they would care about triple doubles. All they cared about was like rebounds and points, which is like crazy.
It's like a sixth grader.
Yeah.
Like, listen, it's the movie. They
Stupid world. Okay.
Nah, but in reality, this motherfucker was the best player on both courts. Like, that was the craziest shit. He was the best player on both courts. It was insane.
Yeah.
Insane. What you got? What you see?
Next is spa day. They go to their spa day.
Oh.
Because after they win their game, now they're friends. So and I think before they go to the spa day, she sees Michelle get in the car with Genuine.
Yep.
I will not be referring to as Romeo again. His name is Genuine.
Fair enough.
Let's,
Yeah, we know what it is.
We all know what's happening here.
We all know what's happening.
He's not acting. Okay, so he's saying lines. I'll give him that. He memorized them and he said them. But anyway, Genuine was like hitting on women in the arena after he sang the anthem, and just, so in front of everyone. It's really like.
Yeah, it was classless.
Yeah.
No fucks.
So anyway, then they figure out the spa day before their big trip to New York for another game, and they go to the spa, and I'm because Juwanna walked in a dress and like little slingback heels, and I was like, wow, really, heels outside? I mean, you don't have to dress like that. I don't wear heels, like biological women don't wear heels out, but okay. Cis women, I should say. My terminology is outdated. I'm old. Sorry. Okay, so and they get their legs waxed. And that is, I don't know, you've probably never seen a real leg wax, but like the strips are not supposed to be this long, and they're not supposed to tear them off you slowly. That is fucking agonizing. It's a short strip and it goes, and that's it. And then it's like not that painful.
It's for the effect of the stupid world they're in.
Yes. But we've seen 40-Year-Old Virgin. Yeah, there's.
I think came out a few years later.
Probably so.
Yeah. So that's
06, 08, something like that.
I think it was 04, 05.
Really? Oh my God.
It was somewhere between 04 and 05.
I hate being old. I'm like, when did anything happen?
I know,
like, there were ads in this movie for America Online, and I was like, I could swear that went away by 1998, but apparently that's not correct. So.
There was some holdouts, probably. Still.
Yeah, I mean, they bought MySpace, and that was definitely later on. So anyway, then it's time for them to go to New York, and it's like, we got to get up early. Don't forget, the plane is early. And Juwanna wakes up late and gets pulled over by a cop on the way to the airport.
Oh, Lord. What a scene. What a scene.
Because she's doing 50 in like a residential area, and so the cop.
It look faster.
This might be the dumbest scene in the whole movie, I think. Yeah. This is just so like, you're just making up like laws of physics in this.
Like, pointless scene.
It's like, is Juwanna gonna fly next? Like, this just is not real. So anyway, the cop pulls her over and asks for her license, and she just hands him Jamal's license, which is like, I'm sorry, but in North Carolina in 2002, you're getting pulled over by a cop, and you're in drag, and you're gonna give him your real license, and he doesn't know who you are, even though you're a famous basketball player.
That was weird too. Like, at no point did he stop and go, "Hey, you were that basketball
Like, didn't I read about you in the news for showing your dick to everybody at a game? That was you, right?
Now you dressed up like a woman? That's crazy.
Ain't no logic being applied. You were way too late for that.
Here's what I'm tripping on. How'd Juwanna Mann catch that flight?
I know, right? It was like, wasn't it at 7?
Yeah.
She woke up at 6:30.
Go to New York, woke up at 6:30. I assume probably took like 10 minutes to get dressed, right?
Then get pulled over.
And he took a minute.
And then where'd you park the car at the airport? Like,
And you gotta count the time it took him to like check in and all that shit. You know he ain't checking. It was 2002.
And this immediately after 9/11.
Yeah. Yo, that's a good point. Because after 9/11, they was a lot more serious about like getting on the plane and shit.
You can like get through with liquids now, like by accident.
So you tell me this
not at the time.
Gave his ID and nobody stopped.
And when was the shoe bomber? Was that?
Ooh, I don't even know. That's a good point.
Because if it was, then that's when we had to figure it out. Shoes off. Anyway.
But either way, 9/11 is enough to just say that him showing his ID.
Not getting to the airport.
Somebody should have stopped him and like, yo. And then they should have been people whispering, yo, that's Jamal Jeffries and drag.
How are you even getting on a plane with ID? Why ID you getting on a plane with?
That's how we say it.
Listen,
man, like all of that.
It's a stupid movie, bro.
We know, but we know we got to pick it apart. It apart.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a very cringy scene.
It was so bad. And then because the thing is, like, he gives him the license and he's like, step out of the car, and then he's like, turn around, and I was like, oh no, he's gonna like do something.
I thought he was like trying to pick her up. Yeah.
And then no, it turns out he's like, I'm doing it too, and it was like, buddy, who wrote this?
Who wrote this?
I thought.
Who's your doctor?
I feel like the writer thought he cooked.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like,
he thought
this is gonna make him laugh.
This is subversive.
I don't even know. Maybe that might not have been the intention. I don't even know what the intention was.
Written by some of the best open micers.
Stupid.
At the time.
Man.
Somebody walked in and was doing a set, and he was like, I'm actually not even doing a set. I'm going to give Tom back to the room. I just wanted to see who wanted to write a movie about a man who's going to disguise himself as a woman to play WNBA.
Pitch me your ideas.
Yeah, pitch me some ideas.
I'm taking them all.
He said, you, and you.
Yeah.
And it turns out he didn't just pick them because he thought they were the best or the worst. He picked them because they were the only people at this mic. He was like, by default, come on. Somebody walked in, hey, you guys still using this room?
I'm trying to find out who this writer is.
You guys are fans of, what's his name? Something Vaughn?
The guy who wrote this?
Yeah. Oh, no, who did write it, actually?
Bradley Alliston. What else did you write, sir? Oh, shit.
Yeah, look that up real quick.
Is this and Who's Your Caddy? That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Who's Your Caddy? Oh, that's another one.
Who's Your Caddy?
Yeah, it's a hood golf one.
Oh my God, have you watched it?
No, we will. I was aware of it, but I was like, at that point, I forgot what age I was.
Is it even on anything?
That was 2007, so you would definitely be like, I'm definitely not watching that.
Yeah.
That is definitely not it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Your brain is like so. The badness is seeping through. I guess we gotta do let's just do a Who's Man's in this. Folks, this movie is so bad. It makes you. It hurts you.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of It's like, sorry, I'm still reading their mistakes. Have you ever heard of the phrase "Whose man's is this"?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. So, is there a character in this movie that you would say "Whose man's is this" to? Anybody you want, don't matter.
You got your pickings.
I know.
You do have your pickings.
Like the writer.
The writer.
Yeah, I honestly think the writer, like whoever's brain cooked this up, like come get him.
Well, he got because they only made one movie after this, so he definitely got
Yeah,
they definitely put him in some kind of a permanent jail of sorts where he never tried again or.
Oh, Tommy Davidson.
Yeah.
Puff.
He was
smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which like he's another one. He's so funny. And I'm just like, I don't understand.
He might have needed. I don't know.
He's still doing stand up. He tours and stuff.
Oh, nice.
He's from where I'm from. Oh, nice. We had the same gym teacher.
That's funny.
So.
Nah, listen, the man. He put his all into it though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. This was how close to was In Living Color still on when this came out? Probably not.
No. They were way gone.
Are the Wayans involved? Were they producers on this?
No.
Okay. Because I am I've never seen Kim Wayans alone, with no other Wayanses around.
That's funny.
I don't think they had any involvement.
No, they did not. They did not.
Yeah, no involvement.
They're like, girl, that is.
You go ahead, I guess.
You go.
Sure, you can borrow my hat.
Yeesh.
Yeah, no, that's it.
The other thing is there were no gay players in this. And now that we have the WNBA, part of the joy of the WNBA is that a lot of the players are dating each other, and they have breakups and people get traded away and
I did not know that. That's funny.
Oh my God, it's great. It's great, and it's that's got to be happening in the NBA too, but because of the homophobia, we don't get the tea the way that we do from the WNBA.
There should have been at least one. You're right. Yeah. I thought there was gonna be at least one, but then it kind of threw us for a loop. I guess Kim Wayans was supposed to represent the gay player in the case, but.
She was a gay one.
But when they were having that conversation, it was just everybody's talking about men.
Yeah.
It's just not believable.
She was like, yeah, I need a Titanic.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they were definitely lazy about it. It was a whole goddamn movie. Lazy. It's a lazy movie.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or, maybe whatever, maybe they were just people lied to fit in at the time, you know. So maybe that's what was happening.
True.
That man was not thinking about that.
Yeah, that's true.
He's like, listen, we got one.
It's like
condom.
women are all straight. Yeah. Did you know? All women want to fuck me. It's just a biological fact. When there are lesbians, they stop being lesbian as soon as there's a man in the room. I know that because I've educated myself with porn. So.
I don't even know that even a thing important. That's funny.
I love that. Uni, who's your character?
Oh man, the goddamn agent. He's such a dumbass.
Yeah.
I was thinking agent. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was thinking agent too.
Yeah, I really like. I was kind of like, I want to see who his other clients are, because if this, like, again, it's like, okay, a percentage, like an agent's cut of an NBA salary. Okay, that's like, that could be part of a living. What is a cut of a WNBA or WUBA salary? You know, like, he would have to get a job too. I don't know.
I know. At one point they just.
He might have mad other clients though.
Yeah, but we never saw them. Because Juwanna was his only client.
It's not about the other clients. No, he would have other. He would have other clients.
He would have to have other clients. Did you see his office? He had other clients.
Yeah,
it's like,
he has other clients.
Who were they? We'll never know.
Yeah.
But he did get tricked real easily into taking her. And
didn't recognize her.
Didn't recognize her off the rip.
I mean,
he's a dumbass
agent. He
agent.
to take off the wig to go, oh shit.
Yeah.
Right.
I got duped.
It's like Superman glasses. Like, oh my god, you like what the?
It was a step close to the Superman.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
because the wig fell off at the end. They're like, oh my god, this the murder. Like,
that part was crazy too.
What?
My man been playing hoops for months,
and
the wig never moved.
Yeah.
The one time he goes for a powerful dunk, right. It's just like, oh, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. It's crazy.
And then Puffy Boy's having a mental break in the air, like, I still like you.
Am I a man? Does that mean I'm a man? Like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
know how Andre Agassi wore a hairpiece for like years and years? Yeah. And that never moved. We didn't find out about that. Till Brooke Shields made him shave his head.
There you go. then he had no trace. He was like, shit, come on, lady.
There you go.
No, she was right. He looked a lot better without that. It was crazy. He looked like Guy Fieri with a mullet.
Funny.
Yeah, it's really hard to say because like Uni said, this is like, it's not Slim Pickens in this movie.
I feel like
this is really like this is going to be a hard like podcast for people to listen to because like we do not recommend that you watch this movie. Okay.
No,
and I know that what we're talking about has got to be incredibly confusing if you've never seen it, but don't watch it.
It's on Tubi. For you. I'm gonna answer for you. I'm gonna think this universe's God is a whose man's because his humans are really stupid. Like
whose gods is this?
Yeah, like whatever. Because I believe there's probably a timeline where this is actually happening. We're just peering into it and like, you really screw the pooch because these people are dumb. Like really, really dumb.
I'm crying.
I'm surprised they even invented cars.
He said this universe is God.
Yeah.
It's who's bad.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Because he's right. It is hard to say because everything the way that the universe worked didn't make sense. And it shouldn't make sense. And we get it. It's a movie.
Yeah.
There's going to be like plot holes.
I get it. You're not going to have a movie then, but come on, bro.
Yeah. It's just that the fact that he got a happy ending after he did a lot wrong should not. I mean, I'm sorry.
It's also, I don't know. Yeah.
At least the Big Daddies tried. The Big Mama's house tried. The Mrs. Doubtfire definitely tried.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, let's try to make this make sense. Like, you didn't even try. You didn't try at all. Like,
well, I think
the wig fell off. Like, come on.
I think at the end of Mrs. Doubtfire, what was it? Like, I think he was. How did he get caught again? I think it was something when he's at the restaurant or some shit like that.
It was like at a party at their house.
Yeah, something like that. It was something like that. And then his face came off.
Yeah.
And that's when they realized, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I think, didn't he still lose? Did he still lose the trial? But then like his wife worked something out.
I think so.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something like that. And then he ended up getting a TV deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's a reasonable happy ending where you're like, he didn't really do much wrong except lie to his wife and his kids. But it was just like,
that's a realm of possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie did make me want to watch Mrs. Doubtfire again to see this done right.
It really does,
you know?
to see it done right. Or
at the
very least white chicks.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah, anything else.
One or the other where you feel more like, all right, I got that bad feeling.
You're like, this movie has a plot.
Yeah.
people are onto this.
You know, there's plot holes. We could dig our way out of it.
Yeah.
Shit, watch Ranma One Half. That's an anime. You heard of that bull crap?
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. But isn't that like a power or some shit like he has?
Yeah, but at least everybody's aware of it. Yeah, we know there's a problem. Whatever.
Something like that. Yeah.
Bro, homegirl, what fun?
Yeah, because in a world, and I'm honest with y'all folks, it really left me stumped the whole time because I was like, every time I saw one character, I was like, oh, that's my Who's Man's. Another character trumps that character, and I was like, that's my Who's Man's.
I honestly think God might be the answer.
God might be the answer. If I had to,
which I think is the writer. Yeah. That's the God of the universe.
Because Juwanna Mann.
Yeah.
I mean, or in this case, Jamal Jeffries really was more of like. Actually, no, I got a Who's Man's. The entire basketball committee, like that whole the way they made rules made no fucking sense. Mm-hmm. You banned him, but you still first you wanted him to apologize and he didn't apologize. All right, that's where it started making sense. Yeah. But then because of and it kind of went with whole like art imitating life because in the real world it's like this guy gives you ratings, he gives you money. So you're willing to hear him out if he's really sincere about the fact that he fucked up. But then the minute y'all watching TV, you should have been like, oh shit, he just came out and he's a woman. He was cheating in the WNBA league, but these women still won the championship when it was supposed to be a whole investigation.
Absolute. The whole season would have been like asterisk at best.
Best, yeah. Or they would have just gave the opponents the
everyone's season. Yeah, they would have given every opponent the whole season since she joined the team. The win.
Like, yo, since you were playing them, we'll just give you the chip, or we're just suspending the season altogether. Every woman in there would have been mad at him. They wouldn't have came in there and tried to defend him. Which,
not all of them. Definitely not the whole team.
But it's the NBA and homegirl Michelle because she felt like defending this man because he gave her flowers and wrote a callback.
He remembered one thing that she said.
One thing she said.
She is so dumb. Yeah. Like she real and so there's this. There's also a night when they go on a double date, and so. Vivica is there with Genuine. I'm so sorry to use the real names. I just can't do this anymore. And then she wants Juwanna to go out with Tommy Davidson, who's just can't leave her alone because she's a tall drink of water, whatever. And Genuine is just like getting other girls' numbers, like literally behind Vivica Fox's back. And it's so funny because the other lady's like, here's my number from behind her boyfriend's back. So honestly, they're a match made in hell. They should be together. I hope they did get together after this. But and then Juwanna has to like practically be date raped by Tommy Davidson on the way home. That's like knee him in the balls, which is like a real thing that women have to do to avoid date rape. But anyway, after Vivica catches Genuine in the act with another girl, who I think is the girl from that she got his number from anyway. And he's like, "What are you doing in my house?" But she goes over to like cry on Juwanna's shoulder. And she's like, why couldn't I see what Romeo was doing behind my back? And it's like, well, first of all, you can't see what people are doing behind your back, but also, he was not doing it behind your back. Like, most of the time, he was doing it right out in the open. Right, and, like, no one said a word to you. So,
right in the middle of the court.
Yeah.
Anybody could
and, like,
see.
nobody said anything. Like, I don't know if people like you very much.
It's a stupid world.
Yeah, it's a stupid world.
It is a stupid world. That's why I was just like, the whole thing about it was just crazy. I think inside... And it sounds pretty fucked up to say, but I'm just being real. I think he saw how easy it was to manipulate her from another dude. So he was just like, if I can get her, then I can manipulate her too. I think he had this all planned out from the whole start.
No, I think he generally liked her. He's just an idiot.
No, that's fair. It is true. He did like her, and he was mad that she was like dating some dude that in his heart, he probably would have been best friends with.
And she said, I've never not had had somebody.
Yeah,
and it's better than being alone. I was like, that's so not true. So alone is the standard.
Yeah, he knew.
Like, that's the bar.
He knew.
If you can,
Yeah.
She has really low standards.
Really low standards.
Yeah.
She defended him and then kissed him all in the span of 5 minutes.
In front of the NBA commissioner?
In front of these... Yo, at that moment, I would have been like, yo, now you super banned. Why?
Yeah.
It's just collusion. Y'all fucking. Like, fuck out of here. Y'all fucking. What you talking about? I ain't fucking yet. See? Kissing. Y'all fraternizing over there. Fuck out of here. Matter of fact, you banned too. Should have been like, what the fuck did I do? You doing it right now.
You're not even commissioner of the WNBA. Doesn't matter. Right? Doesn't matter.
I'll call her tomorrow.
Don't worry. Funny. Yeah, it was just
also,
Did the coach of the Charlotte Banshees, was she fucking the agent?
I don't think
There was a moment where it felt like they was.
No.
I didn't get that.
In the morning, and he was like, man.
I mean, that
Maybe
would be nice.
thing.
Honestly,
Maybe,
that would be nice.
Yeah.
I would be happy for them to have a little.
I felt like she needed that.
Yeah.
She a dumbass too.
Yeah.
What?
How you didn't figure out that was a man?
Nobody
Like, you're a
did,
basketball
like
coach,
yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Stupid world.
Nobody did. Everybody was really, like you said, it was a Clark Kent. He put the wig on.
Yeah.
The wig came off. It's Jared Jeffries. Jamal Jeffries. And it was just like, yeah.
Stupid.
There should have been at least one person in the crowd like, I knew that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Or like there should have been like an online rumor, but again, this is just asking too much.
Yeah, it was just asking too much. Also, I found out that the scene that you were laughing about when he was at his aunt's card game, and there was one of her friends was like, "Oh, my bro's itching me." So I found out she takes off her bra because it was itching her, right? And she was like, "Woo, that feels good." It turns out she still had another bra.
Yeah, I saw
she
it.
had on two bras.
Oh.
There was a white bra like right under it. So it's still a bra.
Yeah. They just want to have that joke in there,
that shit was
folks.
itchy. You had on two bras, Bob?
No, they just want to have a joke about a big ass bra.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid.
Probably.
It's stupid. It's
I
stupid.
think it was all used for him to be like, that's it.
Yeah.
It was
I
like the
don't
signs were all there.
Do you think this is cocaine driven? This screenplay?
It better be.
Script?
Yeah.
It better be.
We do feel that a lot of these hood films are cocaine.
I don't know, man. If
Some
cocaine
type of
make you
drug.
dumb?
You know, like she was like you saying like a cat.
Isn't it known for that, for like making you be like, this idea is genius?
Yeah.
And then when you look at it sober, you're like, oh no.
I don't know.
That was the 80s, remember? That's all those jokes. So they like somebody was just snorting and they go, I got this idea
Listen.
for some TV show or some movie. And then you're like, who made this?
Listen, Stephen King, he was a coke fiend. He ain't no
Was he?
excuses.
He was?
Didn't he say?
I know he was an alcoholic. I know he was like a really
So you
bad
said my
alcoholic.
man said, yo,
Maybe I'm wrong.
clown
I
that
could be
lives in
wrong.
the sewer. It's perfect.
I mean, whoever his muse is, she is very prolific.
Yeah.
It's like, take this one. How about
Take
this?
I want
Yeah.
this. This is good. This is good.
Yeesh. Yeah, fair enough.
If this movie had like, so 2025, obviously I don't know how this movie would fare, but if it did get the green light to make another
It will fare
project
the same way. It will
in this
bomb.
universe, would you want like a remake, a 2020?
I think I would want a remake,
okay.
and I think we should write it, okay? And I think it would, like, we'd have to bring in all the modern time stuff of like a transvestigation and like maybe it really is a trans person, like or it's like a gender person. I don't know. I mean, I don't see any way of like saving it without changing key plot points, like.
Basically making it a different movie.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying.
I think it would only be funny if he just went and got the whole operation and just said fuck it.
Yeah, or like was really trans.
Really trans,
Like
yeah.
got ejected from the NBA and turns out all that acting out was because
So
he was
where wanted
trans.
to be,
Yeah, and then like now I'm really who I am.
Yeah. Or some dumb plot twist where.
And it's like, okay, so he hasn't gotten the reassignment surgery yet,
Okay.
and but he wants to live as a woman, and somehow we would. There are plot holes that we would address. So we're like, no, that person went to Russia. They play in Russia now, and that's why we haven't heard from them because they went to.
Should have been in Europe or some shit.
Yeah.
Like playing. We see him at the Olympics. That Juwanna Mann? Yeah, now play for France, motherfuckers. He's like, oh shit. They let you do that over there? Hell yeah.
Well, that makes more sense.
In the world that we're in with like plot twists and shit, it should just be a funnier plot twist if like Juwanna Mann was already had to change, but then the change was that now they're playing in the NBA. They're a dude. They got the change and they were a woman that plays as a dude.
Yeah.
In the NBA. That would be fucking crazy.
That would
Some stupid M. Night
actually
Shyamalan
that would
plot
work
twist.
better because of the like power imbalance.
Right.
That's actually okay. All right, I think we have our movie.
I would either welcome that or
Juwanna
welcome a
Woman?
sequel. Yeah, Juwanna Woman. See what I'm saying? Or I would welcome a sequel where the sequel would be like him and Michelle. They had a kid.
Yeah.
They trained the kid to be dope.
Like Dwayne Wade's daughter.
There you go. But then like probably went through the same shit, and then his dad's like, I think you're gonna need this. It's just like the wig. Michelle's like, don't you dare. No, he needs this. I will
It's in a
trade
glass
him.
case in
Yeah, I
the
was in a
basement.
glass
Yeah.
case. They just break it. He's like, "Whoo, ho, ho, ho." But then Yeah.
That wig was so like it was not a 2002 wig. That was like a 1989 wig.
Well, I mean, it was from his aunt, so
Right,
that's
true.
fair.
Okay, yeah.
That's why I was like, it was fair what they did.
Yeah.
He just pulled out his aunt's old
He
shit,
didn't even get a good wig.
which then makes me laugh because then. The scene that you were saying about when they went on the double date, was that his orange dress or was that just like he went
I think
and
he went
bought a
shopping.
dress,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so I was like,
that was a 2002 dress. It had a shrug. Do you remember the shrugs?
Yeah.
It's like just sleeves.
My fam said he needed money and then just started splurging on
Yeah.
dress.
That's funny.
Which and that's another thing where it's like there are things to enjoy about being a woman, and one of them is like the freedom to wear a lot more different things than when you're a guy, and I feel like, I don't know, Juwanna didn't like demonstrate any real like joy in that. But again, I didn't want more movie. So
No, you're right, because
it was 90 minutes, and that was
They
it
were
ended.
like, so you're saying that you wanted a montage where he's like dressed in the
Yeah, and there was a montage, but it was all like basketball stuff.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Like, I guess their trip to the spa could have been shopping instead.
Yeah.
Where it's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that looks cute on you, and she could be like, yeah, well, it does look cute on me. I look good.
But then you won't have the stupid scene of him being in pain and getting slowly ripped. This is his hair ripped off his body.
Yeah.
I think I could have did better with the going
course.
shopping than
Oh, of course. You could have did better with a lot of things.
Yeah.
white
Could have been better with no movie at all.
white chicks did a good job with the going shopping scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the Wayne's Brothers. They did what they're doing. This ain't Bradley, whatever the hell
So
his
wait,
name
White
is.
Chicks came out after this, right?
2 years after, which
Okay.
means Kim Wayans called her brother and was like, I think we could do this
Yes,
shit.
yes, I'm sure that's what
I don't
happened.
even want
Is
to be
she in
it.
White Chicks?
Nah, she probably just a writer or something.
Yeah.
She probably helped write it. Like, we're gonna write something better than this
Yep.
shit.
She's like, did you see this piece of shit that I was in?
And they was like, you want to do something with it? She was like, nah, let my brothers do it.
Yeah.
It's cool. They need this. They need this. She was like, they was like, you sure it could work? He just kept pointing at the Juwanna Mann poster, like,
That's tough.
what do you think? You right.
White
let's do
Chicks
this.
did well, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about box office, but I know it became like a classic movie.
Mm-hmm.
And people have been hammering for a sequel for years.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Years.
Yeah.
They're doing so many other projects, but
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I mean, they're going to at least give us another scary movie. So,
Yeah. Let's.
beggars can't be choosers, y'all.
I guess I would rather have another White Chicks.
No, the most of the world would rather have another White Chicks, but we'll take it one step at a time.
Yeah.
We'll take the scary movie, and then we'll hope that they feel like after the scary movie they're like,
Does
maybe
that-
we can do it again.
Did you watch the was it the Cat Williams Club Shay Shay where he's like they put men in dresses?
Yeah. I saw that.
Does White Chicks fit that description?
Maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
I think he meant because I know Marlon spoke out about that a little later. But yeah, he was talking about that. There was a Kevin Hart said a quote about how he wouldn't be wearing a dress, but then he did an SNL sketch where he wore a dress.
Right.
There's Tyler Perry. There's so many other people. Tu Wong Fu.
Yeah.
All that shit.
I don't want to get into the Cat Williams thing because we don't.
No,
have
no,
time,
no,
But
fair enough,
it was
fair enough, fair enough.
it was very long. But the thing about how like they all have the same setup, like all those guys, I was like, oh my god, they really.
Yeah, Martin, Eddie, a lot of them. So a lot of our stars.
Yeah.
A lot of our stars, ladies and gentlemen, including Juwanna Mann. So, Kate, just want to thank you so much.
Oh my god, thank you for having me. There's no other scenario where I would have ever seen this. So.
Me neither.
Yeah. Also, fun fact: one other basketball player was in this that we didn't know at the time because he wasn't a basketball player yet, and that was brother of NBA legend Steph Curry, Mr. Seth Curry.
What?
Yeah, he was one of the kids
No
in
way!
the backyard getting cooked by a little girl.
Oh
That's
my
funny.
god.
He was. They are from North Carolina,
Yeah.
so it makes sense.
That's wild. Wow.
Yeah, it was wild. So
Where was Steph? Basketball camp?
that's interesting to say. Imagine
Not watching this.
Imagine Steph's dad was like, he's gonna be destined for great things, but you could go and be in this movie.
Yeah.
He's like,
And who was the girl?
That's a good question. They didn't say she was anybody like a famous basketball player.
No, but she was good.
That's also a good point. I mean, she had her quick scenes. It didn't say. I kept looking at the cast, and none of the cast had the little girl, unless she grew up. Oh, she did grow up.
Oh my God, she grew up?
Blank, blank.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming?
But yeah, plot twist. Brittany Warwick. Yeah, clearly, because 20 years later.
Oh wait, actually, Little Kim was my favorite character. She's the only person out of common sense to leave.
There you go.
Yeah, true.
She was
When the money ran
She
out.
was the smartest person.
She's like,
in
I don't
stupid
love
world.
you for your heart.
She was the smartest person in the stupid world.
Yeah.
Man, this girl only did 2 movies.
And she also told me
Well,
that.
maybe she did something else. Like, good for her getting out of the
She
also
entertainment
took a
business.
vibrator.
Brittany
The
what?
The little
Warwick?
girl? No, the little girl. Her last movie was Juwanna Mann.
Dude, everyone.
She did some TV show like 10 years later, but it didn't really count.
Damn.
She did a movie with Sandra Bullock called 28 Days.
I heard of that.
And then 2 years later, she did Juwanna Mann. And I guess people, once they saw that resume, they was like, damn, you should have stopped at the Sandra Bullock movie, miss. You would have been alright. We love Sandra.
She was in 28 Days.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
Everyone suffered.
I ain't seen nothing else.
She has a website. Oh, she's a digital strategist and creative director. Okay, well.
Okay, that's fair. You made something out of nothing.
She has a LinkedIn.
Oh, that's why. There you go. We're going to connect and be like, yo, you want to do the podcast?
I wonder if she still plays ball.
She would cuss us out, bro.
Yeah, she would have. She would have definitely been like,
I'll fuck you dead.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
What
I don't know who that is.
Juwanna Mann. I ain't do shit in Juwanna Mann.
And she would
block both of us.
She would be right to do so.
Bloop, bloop.
I would do the same thing.
Anyway, as our local garbage truck drives by here,
yeah,
right on time, right when we're about to finish, it's all good.
Slice of life.
They knew it was trash, like it belongs in the trash.
There you go. So, message. Anyway, you can let these lovely people know where they can find you on social media so they can see you perform.
I am not on TikTok, but I'm on all the other things at Katie Compa and Blue Sky KatieCompa.com, but it's still Katie Compa. KATIECO, M as in Mary, P as in Paul, A. I have to spell it a lot.
No, I appreciate that because that's how I was gonna be like, yo, spell that so I can find it and put your link in our description. But yeah, you will see her link in our description. So if you want to follow her, we encourage you to follow her, just like every other guest we had on here, because they're all entertainers and they're funny. Uni don't just pick people; he pick people he know that are at least funny. So that way they can have some fun on here.
Yeah, this was fun. I would love to come back and watch something else.
Oh, don't worry. There will be another time. You will be called upon.
Okay, great.
But
It'll be better than this.
Yeah, I think that's what we need to start doing. We need to start showing like a bad hood film, and then they come back and show them a better one. So they won't be like, damn,
they're both,
show me
they're both like valid experiences in their own way. Like, I'm glad I didn't have to like cry tonight,
No,
like,
I mean, I cried in
I will when I leave, but
I get home like
I eternally cry for how bad it was.
Yeah,
this movie is so bad. Yes, but as always, you can follow us on all social media using the link tree, which will also be in the description. You can follow us on all social media and check out the stuff we're doing. We're getting back in there slowly but surely. But what we're still doing is putting the world onto the hood, one film at a time. So, with Juwanna Mann now in the books for good, WNBA season is about to start.
Never to return.
You see some better basketball players, and none of them are disguised
as men.
Yeah, none of them are men disguised as women.
They've all had physicals.
They all had their physicals, and they are 100% ladies from what we know. So, signing off, it's your boy Marvin Lattimore.
Uni Francis.
Katie Compa.
And we are off this, people. Peace. Juwanna Mann.
Yeah, bullshit ass movie.